Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Together with the Presidential Communications Office, we bring you the widest and most comprehensive news coverage from the People's Television, IBC, Philippine News Agency, Philippine Information Agency, and Presidential Broadcast Service. I'm Princess Habiba Saripaudak. Welcome to Balitang Pambansa. Tonight's headlines. Department of Budget and Management or DBM Chief Amenah Pangandaman thanked the President for his proposal of the higher service recognition incentive for government workers this year. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. assured that all concerned government agencies will focus on ensuring that the necessary assistance is provided to those affected by the eruption of Canlaon volcano. The chief executive underscored the need for science-based innovations in the country's disaster response. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. encouraged the AFP to serve with competence, courage, honor, and concern during the graduation rites of its officials from the Major Services Officer Candidate course. Good news, government employees will receive up to 20,000 pesos in Service Recognition Incentive or SRI, which serves as an early Christmas gift to the workers and their families. The Department of Budget and Management or DBM says this is the first time in history of the distribution of such incentive that teachers and uniformed personnel will receive the full amount. PTV's Noel Talakay has more.
The Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, is pleased with the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s approval of the release of the Service Recognition Incentive, or SRI, for all government employees for the fiscal year 2024. In a statement, DBM Secretary Amenah Pangandaman thanked the President for this. She also said that this is early Christmas gifts for the government employees and their families. Pangandaman also said that it is the first time that teachers will receive their full SRI of 20,000 pesos in 2024. According to DBM, uniformed personnel will also receive the full 20,000 pesos SRI. However, some government employees' SRI will depend on the funds of their respective agencies. The SRI is a government incentive for its employees as recognition to their unwavering public service. Meanwhile, the DBM has approved higher positions and salary grades for psychologists working in the government. According to the DBM, this is in support of the government's mental health programs for all public servants. This is also recognizes the qualifications of psychologists, such as their master's degree and extensive internship hours before entering the government. Under the circular issued by the DBM, Psychologist 1, who is in SG11, may now receive a salary grade 16, while Psychologist 2 is elevated to salary grade 18, and Psychologist 3 to salary grade 20. This will be effective starting January 1, 2025. From the PTV Manila, Noel Talakay, Balitang Pambansa.
Canlaon volcano eruption. The chief executive has also directed relevant agencies to provide strong assistance to affected residents. PTV's Kenneth Paciente tells us more.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. assured that the government is focused on assisting those affected by the eruption of Canlaon volcano. He guaranteed that the full force of the government is monitoring the situation and emphasized the immediate provision of assistance. One of the government's priorities is to ensure the safety of residents living near the volcano.
Mahigit 45,000 residente ang linikas na mula sa 6-kilometer radius danger zone, habang target naman na ilikas ang kabuuang 84,000 na katao. Tinitiyak ng DSWD na sapat ang mga family food pack, non-food item, malinis
items, clean water and hygiene kits are sufficient for evacuation centers. The DBM, on the other hand, has been directed to allocate funds for those affected, while the DOH is on alert for possible health issues due to volcanic ash and is ready to send additional medicines to the area. The AFP, PNP, and Bureau of Fire Protection have been placed on alert throughout the island of Negros in case the situation worsens.
We will step up. We will level up. Any escalation in damages and destruction will be met with a stronger government response.
The President also highlighted the importance of accurate information during disasters, as it is crucial to ensure the safety of many. He urged affected residents to follow authorities' instructions.
Malaki ang papel ng komunikasyon sa mga araw na ito. Truth will save lives. Fake news will kill. Effective disaster response is anchored on reliable information. That's why PhilVox will continue to issue around-the-clock advisories in language that is clearly understood to all our kababayans. Nakikiusap ako sa lahat, lalo na sa ayaw lumikas na sumunod sa babala ng ating mga otoridad. Mas mahalaga po ang buhay kaysa ari-arian.
From PTV Manila, Kenneth Pasyente, Balitang Pambansa.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. called for science-based innovations and stronger collaboration in disaster response during the 24th Gawad Kalasag Awards. He urged the NDRRMC and local governments to adopt sustainable, proactive strategies and emphasize the Build Back Better approach for recovery. The awards recognized outstanding efforts in disaster management and humanitarian assistance. Meanwhile, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. advised the graduates of the Major Services Officer Candidate Corps of the Armed Forces of the Philippines to prioritize the defense of the nation to ensure the safety of all Filipinos. PTV's Kenneth Pasyente has more.
Serve with excellence, courage, honor, and compassion. This was the challenge issued by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to over 600 new officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines who graduated from the AFP Major Services Officer Candidate course. In his message, the President recognized their courageous acceptance of the responsibility to defend and protect the country. He also acknowledged the families of the graduates for their unwavering support, as well as the trainers and mentors who guided the graduating class.
Your graduation day today signifies the culmination of your determination, sacrifice, and hard work to overcome the challenges of becoming an officer of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. This marks the beginning of your role to ensure the defense of our nation and the safety of all Filipinos.
The President also commended the awardees for their outstanding performance and encouraged them to use the recognition they received as an inspiration to excel in their duties and remain loyal in serving the Philippines.
Let this be your guiding principle as you step forward. In the face of evolving threats and modern warfare, innovation, technical expertise, and leadership rooted in service will be your most powerful weapons.
The President reiterated that the government continues to strive to enhance the AFP to transform it into a world-class force. This includes investing in the talents of its personnel, modernizing equipment, and improving the training programs of its personnel.
We build an AFP that will stand as a beacon of strength, of alliance, resilience, and technological excellence. Lagi natin alalahanin na ang bawat hamon ay bahagi ng mas dakilang layunin. Sa bawat hakbang, ang inyong serbisyo ay hindi lamang tungkulin. Ito ay panata para sa bayan. Isang handog para sa bawat Pilipino.
The Officer Candidate course is a mandatory training program for prospective AFP officers, marking the formal beginning of their professional military education. The OCC is a one-year course for baccalaureate degree holders designed to prepare them to be mentally, physically, and emotionally fit to become officers in the Philippine Army and Philippine Air Force as second lieutenants, and in the Philippine Navy as ensigns in the AFP Regular Force. From PTV Manila, Kenneth Pasyente, Balitang Pambansa.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, expressed gratitude for the increase in the daily subsistence allowance for soldiers under the proposed 2025 national budget. This adjustment reflects the government's recognition of the sacrifices and efforts of uniformed personnel. House Speaker Martin Romualdez personally conveyed the news to AFP Chief Romeo Browner Jr., emphasizing that soldiers remain a top priority. Congress has ratified the bicameral report on the 2025 budget proposal, which now awaits President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s formal approval to become a law.
Kindly convey to the entire AFP, to our men and women in uniform, that as we committed, that the subsistence daily allowance from 150 to 350 has not only been affirmed but has been approved and is being signed right now, and we will ratify the bicameral report this afternoon. So please tell that regardless of whatever doubts, whatever they heard, that's all fake news. Basta nagsalita tayo when we speak. I as the Speaker and the House, when we speak, we mean it and we will always deliver. You are top priority, sir.
Something to look forward to. The Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, led by Assistant Secretary Jessie Lanete, plans to address fake PWD IDs by creating a centralized database for verified PWDs with IDs accessible through the eGov app. This system aims to ensure authenticity and prevent fraud. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, or BIR, warned that those involved in selling or using fake IDs could face tax evasion charges, fines, and imprisonment, highlighting the loss of government revenue. The BIR is coordinating with other agencies and businesses to combat this illegal activity.
Nawawalan din sa panig ng gobyerno, nawawalan ng kita ang gobyerno dahil 20% agad ang nawawalang buwis dito. So, ibig sabihin yan, imbis na nagagamit yan sa mga proyekto ng ating gobyerno at ang talagang nakikinabang ay yung mga PWDs, ay itong mga manloloko ang nakikinabang.
And what a day! The Supreme Court has released the results of the 2024 bar examinations. This year, the passing rate was lowered to 74% from 75%. As a result, the passing rate reached 37.84%, equivalent to 3,962 new lawyers. Meanwhile, Supreme Court Associate Justice Mario Lopez apologized for the slight delay in releasing the bar exam results.
I apologize for the delay, but the delay is worth a sacrifice because that delay caused the adjustment of the grade so that there will be more lawyers who will pass the bar exam.
Pamana na itinanim ng nakaraang henerasyon ay inaalagaan ng kanilang tagapagmana ngayon. Ito ang ginagawa ng apo ng yumaong benepisyaryo na si Teodolfo Bangkirigo na si Evelyn Zurita.
Ako si Evelyn Manlot Zurita, 43 anyos o nagpuyo diri sa Santo Tomas, Motia, Zamboanga del Norte.
Ayon kay Evelyn, napakasipag ng kanyang lolo na magtanim at mag-alaga sa kanyang lupang tinataniman at pinagnenegosyohan. Ito ang tumulong kay Teodolfo noon na mapagtapos ang kanyang mga anak.
Kining yutaa, diri po nakatukod akong lolo og poultry nga sila gyud una ang naay poultry diri sa Zamboanga del Norte ug sila gyud ang supplier sa mga itlog.
Si Evelyn ang siyang umakyat para tanggapin ang titulong inihandog ng Department of Agrarian Reform at ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. noong ika-24 ng Mayo sa ngalan ng kanyang yumaong lolo. Siya ay isa lamang sa mahigit 4,000 benepisyaryo na nakatanggap ng titulo noong araw na ito.
Sa ngalan sa among lolo nga si Teodolfo Bangkirigo, dako kami pasalamat sa DAR nga madawat na gyud namo ang individual nga titulo o dako kami pasalamat ni Secretary Conrado Estrella III ug ingon man usab sa ato ang presidente si Bongbong Marcos.
Dahil sa sinimulan ng kanyang lolo, sinisigurado ni Evelyn na patuloy nilang aalagaan at palalaguin ang legasiya ni Teodolfo.
In the the 24th Gawad Kalasag National Awards that was held in PICC, the city of Iligan, Isabela, was named the only LGU that has the best local government hospital. This has proven the strength of the city even in the midst of consecutive tragedies like El Nino and typhoons. The President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. himself and the Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro presented the plaques of appreciation and checks to the awardees. The President praised the resilience of Filipinos and the value of strong connection with one another.
In the spirit of this holiday season, let us remember our fellow Filipinos in need, especially those who are still now affected by recent calamities. Let us always extend a helping hand and always include them in our thoughts and in our prayers. As long as we are united to help uplift each other, I am very certain, and knowing the Filipino culture and the Filipino spirit, I know that we can turn challenges into opportunities, pave the way for safer, stronger, and more secure Bagong Pilipinas.
We hold the Gawad Kalasag Awards in order to give recognition to those LGUs and NGOs who have demonstrated advancements in disaster risk reduction in all its phases.
Saya naman at na-recognize ang ating effort, lalong-lalo ng aming mga staff dyan.
Several government agencies, including DOJ, DILG, Bucor, and BJMP, signed the new Implementing Rules and Regulations, or IRR, of the Good Conduct and Time Allowance, or the GCTA, where even those convicted of committing heinous crimes can be discharged due to GCTA. Bucor estimates 5 to 10,000 PDLs will be released under the new law. And for BJMP, 600 to 1,000 PDLs. According to Bucor, they will prioritize the elders, especially those who have serious health problems. And they will make sure to not include high-profile inmates. December 30 is the target date of Bucor and BJMP to release the PDLs, hoping it will lessen the number of the prisoners from New Bilibid Prison that can possibly decrease congestion rate to 250%.
Magandang development. Ito ay napakagandang regalo sa ating mga persons deprived of liberty at ang kanilang mga pamilya.
Department of Agriculture, or DA Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. visited the Pasay City Public Market to check on rising agricultural prices during the holiday season. Prices of chicken, pork, and eggs have increased, with local chicken seeing a 50 peso hike. The DA clarified that avian influenza has not affected the prices. Laurel said prices may stabilize or rise by 5% until the new year. The DA also reminded vendors to display price tags and launch the Rice for All program, offering rice at 40 pesos per kilo. To meet demand, DA will open markets earlier and extend hours at select LRT and MRT stations. On the other news, a new business center was inaugurated to enhance services and promote economic growth in the region. Plans are also underway to expand operations to nearby areas, focusing on sustaining peace and exploring opportunities in emerging industries to drive further development. Philippine Information Agency Zamboanga Julian Tuazon tells us more.
The Southern Philippines Development Authority has taken a significant step in enhancing its service delivery to clients in Zamboanga City. The inauguration of its new business center aligns with SPDA's goal of bringing its services closer to the people and fostering economic growth in the region. SPDA is a government-owned and controlled corporation that was established in 1975 through Presidential Decree No. 690 to drive economic development in the southern region of the Philippines. With its efforts to develop its real property assets and attain its primary mandate as a GOCC to generate revenues, The authority is looking into the halal feeds industry for poultry and emulating best practices from pioneering countries.
We are planning to go to Malaysia to make a study of the halal feeds industry in Malaysia. Maybe we can emulate some of the successful example, or we can invite those companies operating in the halal feeds industry to join as our partners.
SPDA also plans to establish a new business center in the province of Basilan to stabilize peace gains.
We are planning to buy a piece of property there in order to help stabilize the peace gains. There is a need to sustain in order that war, trouble will never come again.
With the new business center in Zamboanga City, plans to expand its operations to Basilan and other upcoming projects, SPDA is set to make an impact in the southern Philippines and here in western Mindanao. From the Philippine Information Agency Zamboanga, Julian Tuazon for Balitang Pambansa.
The Department of Energy's What's on Wheels event in Davao City highlights the push for electric vehicles, advancing the government's goal of reducing greenhouse emissions and promoting sustainable transportation. For the details, here's Rudolph Ian Alama from the Philippine Information Agency Davao.
The Department of Energy's What's on Wheels event held in Davao City promoted the use of electric vehicles or EVs in Davao. The advent of EVs in our roads and streets is in line with the government's program of reducing greenhouse emissions by fostering the growth of the EV industry in the country.
Meron tayong tinatawag ngayon na RA 11697, which is yung law po niya na Electric Vehicle Industry Development Act. So under this act, gradually meron tayong roadmap na tinatawag natin short-term, mid-term, and long-term.
Under the roadmap, the government has mandated a certain percentage of the vehicle fleet to be EVs, gradually replacing fossil fuel burning cars.
Yung demand natin dito, especially here in Davao City, ay dahil mandatory na siya na may EV tayo within those percentages. So dadami talaga yung EV electric vehicles natin here.
According to Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board 11 Regional Director Nonito Llanos, they are seeing some transport companies exploring to use EVs.
We are happy to share that some of our partners in the taxi industry in Davao are already planning to use EV taxis in the region.
According to Director Llanos, 2 taxi operators in Davao have signified to use EV units, and if approved, they will be among the first EV taxis in the country. From PIA Davao, Rudolph Ian Alama for Balitang Pambansa.
And for our weather, the northeast monsoon is affecting northern Luzon and central Luzon. Intertropical convergence zone affecting southern Mindanao. Cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms affecting Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi due to the ITZZ. Cloudy skies with light rains will fall on Cagayan Valley, Apayao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, Aurora, and Quezon. Ilocos Region and the rest of Cordillera Administrative Region and Central Luzon will have partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains due to northeast monsoon. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to the easterlies. And that concludes our rundown of the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news and information from all across the nation. From Radyo Pilipinas, this is your trusted news source, always ready to inform and serve the Filipino people. Catch Balitang Pambansa again tomorrow or next week at 7 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m., and 9:30 p.m. for more updates and developments. This is your Princess Habiba Saripaudak for Balitang Pambansa. Good night.